Do we really need this one?
The Traveller Marquee draws a design that is practical and aesthetically pleasing in equal measure. One thing it is not, however, is correct. I think you should take another look at Bobarano's family crest and have another go.
Now, what elaborate fiction the...
If anyone's listening, I would like to submit these as my... Look, my...
What? Oh, does this...
Given that my clan's wisdom, it seems likely...
Bobarano.
Oh, I get what's going on. Once, when I was drinking with Gujiyai, she bet me a round of dried fish that I couldn't guess which cup the umeboshi was under. Whichever one I guessed, I was always wrong and Gujiyai. But then, I learned later from one of the shrine maidens, Miyuki, that all of the cups had an umeboshi under them. Just goes to show.
Oh, don't mind Fox Lady. That's just her way of teasing you.
Actually, that reminds me. We can now open these 3 treasure chests. And unlike the guessing game you mentioned...
Cool. Well, once you've plundered the last of Bobarano's family wealth, we can go to my...
Guess I'll take the clockwork key again then. Yoink!
What greater pleasure is there than the unexpected?
The wind rises. Behold!
Despite Albizzi's words of caution, somebody, no doubt, has other ideas. Surely we could avoid a conflict with the guard. Giant guards towering
If we
over.
could jump ahead, is my clan's gigantified
You could, of
guard.
course, just
He
take
can
the
be a
path
little
you left
pig-headed,
go
and
around.
he's
But some
incredibly
people are
strong.
gluttons
Your
for
weapons
punishment.
won't even scratch him.
Part of the experience, I suppose.
Wait, but wasn't Kappe's clan the one that's all about strength? So, what do you guys believe in then?
Oh, the guard is one of Cap 8's people. Size is a coveted trait in the clan of strength, after all. Mine is the clan of empathy, and our key contribution is... growth serum!
What's empathetic about that?
Our ancestors believed that, just maybe, the dragon of old didn't mean us any harm at all. Perhaps the dragon simply didn't notice us, So they drank the growth serum and grew even larger than the dragon. Then they set the dragon down, calmly explained their perspective, and eventually taught it how to empathize. The serum isn't what it once was, though. Nowadays, it doesn't make you grow all that much, and it actually makes you lose your empathy. So I advise we take a detour.
The wind rises.
Determined, presumably, to
Everyone,
always do what is
I
right and never
have
do what is
returned.
not right,
I
the
come with
Marquis
the long-awaited
refused
Marquis
to
and
take
their
the path
followers.
on the
Well, we
left.
weren't told anything about that
Guess
this
that's one
morning.
way of doing
Get
it.
out of here.
Well, an open world comes with open-ended problems after all. You and Albizzi only wanted to strike up a conversation with the guard. But since greeting you wasn't one of the items included in today's schedule, the relationship quickly soured. If you're just looking for a way in, why not consider taking the path on your left? Determined, presumably, to always do what is right.
We should be getting close.
Why is this place so full of junk? Are you the kind of people who never throw away the box when you buy something? Cause, we'll never find the Oracle pillars and all this mess.
Never mind that. We have a more pressing issue. It seems there's a slight problem with my clan's family.
Wisdom too, huh? Well, you guys have a bit of everything.
Yes! Keep the noise down! We don't want to alert the guard.
Can't you destroy the boxes a little more quietly?
This is the last. The signature. So it's true. Empathy.
Just as we suspected, all three are the truth.
Okay. Well,
I get you. It's like in Inazuma, when there were only 6 books in the Mirage Warrior series, but by the time book number 88 came out, nobody wanted to read it. They all lost interest.
A brief moment of joy is drowned out by a growing feeling of melancholy. But anyone? Anyone? All right, I'll say it.
That's exactly what Paimon was wondering. But so Paimon was worried she'd look stupid.
It's not a stupid question at all, my dear little pixie. While I did postulate that different truths may coexist, there is an issue when it comes. The problem is, all three truths are the history of the exact same thing, namely the dragon and the metropole.
Suddenly, the sound of a bell rings out.
The bell! It rang once! What does that mean again? Ah, yes! Highest level of emergency! Everyone, to the main entrance! Stat! Bring all the glue traps and place them outside the gates!
The whole city is on the lookout, and there's only one way out. It's the path right in front of you.
Why'd they ring the bell anyway? Also, why is one ring the highest level of emergency?
Obviously, because you have to respond fast when it's an emergency. It'd be a bit too late if they waited till the 99th ring.
They're outside! After them!
The wind rises.
Okay, but back to the truth problem. There are 3.
I don't know. I doubt anyone here in Simulanka could make sense of it. All we do know is that any manuscript bearing her signature has to be valid.
Well, she is the goddess of fate, the creator of all this. And all these manuscripts are her grand design.
The reason we argued about who was right, as surely as we will never argue again.
Is that all there is to it? Overthinking it would be equally pointless. Well, that's enough for one day.
Could you be any more cryptic? You're playing.
Whatever happens, today was a break.
Me too.
And me.
Let's leave it there for today then. I'm sure we'll find out what else Mr.
What a beautiful day, thought the traveller, before he was overcome by a creeping sense of foreboding. The voice in his head grew louder. Must go to...
Behold!
Pendulum Lane is just up ahead. Something must have happened here after all. Everyone's crowded around.
Oh my god, this is terrible! I don't understand. The 3 great clans.
What happened? Oh no,
How did this happen?
Captain, you idiot! Wake up! You need to revise your last words or everyone...
Last words. What did he...
If I wind up dead...
You could have at least pretended to...
I'm sorry, Bobarano, but this is an interrogation.
Don't worry, Bobarano. I don't consider you a suspect, nor do I have the authority to charge anyone with a crime. So, are you the last people to... My sincere condolences. You were travel companions, right? Oh, it's a real tragedy.
Huh?
Yeah, I know. It's despicable. Hitting someone in the back of the head is the second worst act of cruelty there is. The first being replacing their gear oil with extra strong glue.
so Cape's not dead?
His gears, metal frame and shell are all still in excellent condition. It's just his energy supply that's been all messed up. Wait. But surely you can't be suggesting that just because Cape isn't broken, there's only...
No! There's a need! Huge need!
Unfortunately, this is rapidly turning into a cold case. There's no evidence and no witnesses. Then suddenly the long-lost dragon of old flew across...
Where?
I didn't see anything. Wait, why can't I move?
No, my mistake. It was just a cloud. Or a bird. Or something. If only we could turn time backwards and replay the crime.
Isn't that one of those, clockwork socket things right behind you?
Ah, so it is. No wonder everyone here is suddenly struggling to move.
The crime seems too chaotic. I can't make heads or tails of it.
There's no need to exchange pleasantries.
Well, that clears it up. Cappe was walking along the street.
What? So case closed?
We literally replayed the crime scene and saw it with our own eyes. There's no need for any evidence gathering, like how Constellation Metropole has.
But didn't you say Cappe was struck in the back of the head and not...
For all I know, he could have bashed his head against a toilet bowl before leaving the house, then walked here in a daze before finally passing out. As for why he might have done that, my guess is... With the Supreme Clan question left unanswered and the tension in Constellation Metropole, only then would the city...
Do we really think he's capable of that, though? Sounds like a pretty...
Traveler, something about the crime scene isn't sitting right with me. It just seems unnatural. Also, anything outside of the immediate area won't have appeared in the replay. Is it possible that... Why don't we search the area?
Wait, what are you doing?
Oh, we're gonna...
Hello there. Someone was shouting about a dragon a minute ago, and
Too slow.
There's a spear here. It looks so mysterious. Let's take it.
You're not...
Yep, that's right. Why? What's up?
Ah, well, I was gonna offer you a great job in the Toitanium mines.
Doesn't sound very...
To keep the Toitanium ore intact, we use specially designed pickaxes that can't cut through it. Even if you struck a... And in terms of labor intensity, the work has been rated as Class 2 physical labor by a...
I'm not...
Welcome to Paimon's world.
Mind you, I don't know what happened today, but somehow a pickaxe has gone missing. Maybe one of the giant guards broke it down, so someone took it to perform...
Sounds pretty... Still, a missing pickaxe. Huh.
Come here. Whatever. A bottle of growth serum has gone missing. If someone there's a whole investigation into it, so I gotta
There's a strange potion bottle here. Looks so weird. Let's take it.
Too slow.
A pickaxe? What is it doing all the way down here? There's gotta be a story behind it. Let's take it.
Let's say one of these was the weapon used in the... If so, there's no way his head would still be...
And if the guard is to be believed, he had the spear in his possession right up...
Let's say one of these was the weapon used in the assault. If it was the growth serum, Cappe...
Also, the bottle probably would have shattered when it hit him. We would have...
Let's say one of these was the...
If it was the pickaxe, Cappe sure is lucky it's not still lodged in his head.
Actually, you're wrong there, Paimon. The foreman at the mine was just saying, this kind of pickaxe is designed not to damage Toitanium, so it couldn't cause any superficial damage to residents here. But you could probably knock someone out if you hit them hard enough, and it wouldn't leave a scratch. Let's take this back to the crime scene and...
Ah, you're back. How was the toilet, Cat?
Toilet? What about it? Yeah, forget that.
What's this about?
We thought the way Cappe fell looked odd, so we searched the area for suspicion. It could have been deliberately placed out of range of the crime scene so it wouldn't show up when we replayed it. Now we've retrieved it,
I just remembered a...
Oh, no, you stay right there.
We should be good now.
Relax.
So you're the attacker!
So, it was you!
I would congratulate you for cracking the case, but since I did such an abysmal job, so all I can say
is...
catch me if you can.
We have a runner! That's it! Let me at him!
The would-be Marquis of Carabas dispatched the Necromata in boots, who ran off in pursuit of the poor little minion. The minion's poor little lower back was protesting painfully against the intense physical activity. He decided to take the elevator, giving him a moment to catch his breath. Really? His lower back asked. But the minion had no other choice. He resolved to make the jump down. By this point, the Necromata in boots was gasping for air. The minion was huffing and puffing, even more loudly. But we'll ignore that.
I'm not! Don't underestimate the gold-level courier of the Komania Express!
A characteristically catty response from the Necromata. Tell me, what do you hope to gain from bullying me?
I get to let off some steam!
Ha-ha! You fell into my trap. In fact, all the glue in this world is created by me, using my narrator powers. I make it and the residents just gather what they need.
Rats! Oh, I'm so jealous of you guys right now. You can just jump out of your shoes and keep running, but Wait, I'm wearing...
The unnamed minion made a last-ditch escape attempt. He began his long climb, up the wall, the tall wall. He began his long climb up the tall wall.
You call that a tall wall? In urgent neck...
I'm beat. I surrender.
You've got nowhere left to run.
All right. I confess.
That was fast.
Getting caught by you here was a backup plan. I don't know if what I've done will make things better or not. Time to come clean. I am the narrator, the one who's been guiding you all this time. Okay, I guess my voice acting... Anyway, I only did what I did.
Why are you suddenly spilling the...
I poured my heart and soul into all this. I was worried you wouldn't ask. The truth is, I was one of the first conscious beings ever made by the goddess of creation. And I've known for a long time that this... I know they say that fairy tales are just made up for kids to read. But the reason why Constellation Metropole has 3 origin stories is that the goddess of fate... Then her cat trod all over them, and they all got crumpled together. So the three were. The goddess of fate was torn between them anyway, since she couldn't decide which ending was best for the dragon. So when she saw what the cat had done, she simply decided.
Who'd have thought? Well, what does any of this have to do?
You're not a fictional character, so you couldn't hope to understand my sorrow. Honestly, I don't think there's anyone in all of Simulanka who would understand. Every day that I experience, every interaction I have with another person, the only reason the three great clans wanted to find out the truth was for the pointless task of electing the supreme clan. I thought that once, but as it turned out, they just accepted it. I have to motivate them to keep looking for answers, now that they think they've learned the truth. I have to figure out, once and for all, while you real people from the outside world... That's my full confession. Time for you to take me back. I'm guessing I'll probably be forced to make a public apology, then sentenced to half... Oh, also, pass this message on to Cape, Bobarano, and Albizzi, if you could. If the three of them had any ability to cooperate whatsoever, they'd have been able to over all these years, not once.
Oh, my poor child. There's one thing you've been mistaken about this whole...
Ah! Whose voice is that? Detective? Was that you?
The reason fairy tales are suitable for children is that they help them to understand the world. Fairy tales may be works of fiction, but at their heart lies an internal logic that is undoubtedly real-world truth. But let there be no doubt. The world within fairy tales is as real as can be, and...
Goddess! Is it really you?
The line that separates footnotes from narrative can never be crossed. Never the two shall meet. This is why you have never heard my voice before, but now you wish to break free from the story. And there's a cat nearby, so you can hear my echo.
Nekromora!
Just...
Oh, poor detective.
So... we are a...
My head's spinning.
Sorta. We chased...
Does he really think we didn't...
Ah, that was my bad. I thought it was...
You... Never mind.
You guys are so lazy.
Anyway, you said...
There is a...
What would you guys say to taking a trip to the outside world sometime?
Depends. Do either of you know how to get there? But yes, I agree. But maybe the reason we've never worried about whether we're real or not is that, unlike him, if someone ever can...
Swan Fury!